Want to get copyrighted by TNT, you know? That'd be kind of awkward. All right. Well, guys, we've officially made it. The last pick stream of the year. So freaking bittersweet, isn't it? Wow. I was like, I should just be doing my week one picks for the Steven Rose and Yinzer Max Sports tournaments. And here we are. Super Bowl weekend. Pro Bowl's over. That gimmick is over for another year. And now, 4 quarters of football separate us from another long and, for us Browns fans, long and arduous offseason that's filled with a lot of questions, and hopefully we get some answers. What's up, Paramjot? Three-peat is going to happen and Kelsey will propose. You think so? We'll see. Of course, this is going to be a little bit different than my usual pick streams because there's only one game. I mean, I could literally just pick the game and end the stream. It would be like 5 minutes, and that wouldn't be fun. So instead of doing that, I'm going to essentially go through how each team got here. And then we're going to talk about the history, from each team's side, how they've done in the Super Bowl in the past. And then we'll dig into this game. We'll dig into this game. Whoa, hey, yo. So, yeah, starting off, how did each team get here? Well, the Chiefs in the AFC, 15-2. They have been a damn juggernaut this year. They are 4-1 in their last 5. And they only lost the game where they didn't play any starters. They lost 38-0 to Denver, which got them in the playoffs. And then they responded by beating Houston and Buffalo in the playoffs. So, great way to respond. Now, Philadelphia is on a whole nother level right now. They're 14-3. And it feels like it's been forever since they lost. I bet on Mahomes running touchdown along with Hurts and Barkley plus 25 for Kelsey. I don't know how effective Barkley is going to be in this game. There was a stat that apparently Spagnuolo's defense has not allowed a 100-yard rusher in a long time, especially in the playoffs. The last time, this is actually crazy to think about. Well, obviously, the last time they lost was week 16 against Washington. Before that game, the Eagles have not lost since week 4. That's insane. 10 straight wins. Beating the likes of Cleveland, barely. New York, they crushed them again. Cincy, Jacksonville, barely. Dallas, they beat Washington by 8 on Thursday night. They beat LA. They went to Baltimore, beat them by 5. They beat Carolina, barely. They beat up on Pittsburgh. Then they lose to Washington. They smoked Dallas. I mean, my God. Ugh. They beat the soul and the will to live out of the Cowboys. And then they escaped against the Giants. I don't even think they played their starters in that game. But yeah, they look like a well-oiled machine. Same thing with the Chiefs. Again, aside from that loss where they pretty much gifted the Denver Broncos a win because they rested a lot of their good starters. Aside from that game, they only lost week 11 to Buffalo by 9. So, yeah, they were just fine. You know, you look at this matchup, right, on paper. How can each team win? Well, let's take a look at these two rosters, shall we? So I'm going to pull up both teams' rosters here, like I did week 1. Remember when I did that week 1? It took me like an hour plus to get through both every game because defense can get to Mahomes because they got a nice front 4 too. Yeah, their front 7 is pretty good. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter anchor in the middle. You got Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat coming off the edges. Man. And a lot of these guys were on that team a few years ago that lost to Kansas City in Arizona. Hey, Eagles fans, guess what? This year, you don't have the slippery turf excuse because in New Orleans, they don't have that kind of turf. It's straight up artificial turf. It's not the stuff that gets rolled in and out. This is legit, straight up artificial turf. There's no excuse about talking about, we're slipping. Yeah, you shouldn't be slipping on that turf. But yeah, I think the Eagles have a really good chance at winning this game. What's up, Sonny? Ray's best streamer. I appreciate the support. The 3-peat isn't happening. Lost to Washington. Yeah, that's the thing, too. They lost to Washington without Jalen. So, I mean, fully healthy, this team hasn't lost since, week 4? To Baker. Bruh. Good evening, Yusuf. Baker's strongest team in NBA now? It's up there. Barely so. Only right you had context to the Washington loss. Over 48.5 points or under for the Super Bowl. Ooh. But yeah, the over-under. What is the over-under for that game? Let me pull it up here real quick. Let's see. Oh, 48.5. Okay, so I will say, I'm going to go over. So I'm going to go over with that. I'm going over on that. I hope Eagles win. I love me some Barkley. I wanted my stupid Browns to take him. I wanted. I would have loved Barkley, but we got Baker. Baker was pretty good. And of course we needed a quarterback. But yeah, I'm not gonna really talk about that right now. This isn't talking about the Browns. But yeah, for the betting people that watch, the current spread is Kansas City favored by 1.5. It opened at 1.5 and it has stayed 1.5. Now, the total has actually gone down a point. It was 49.5. Now it's 48. Minus 120 money line for the Chiefs, and the Eagles are even. Wow. Leading passer, rusher, and receiver for both teams, Pat Mahomes, 392 of 581, 3,928 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Jalen Hurts, 248 of 361, 2,903 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. On the ground, Kareem Hunt, it's been a solid year. 200 carries, 728 yards, 7 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley has had a legendary season. I'm pretty sure the stats I'm reading are regular season stats. 345 carries, 2,005 yards, 13 touchdowns. Yeah. He's a high tier running back, worth every freaking penny in that contract. And Giants fans continue to weep. They really let him go to a rival. Travis Kelce, 97 receptions, 823 yards, 3 touchdowns for Kansas City. A.J. Brown, 67 receptions, 1,079 yards, 7 touchdowns, led the way for the Eagles. I'm just like thinking about these two rosters, man. You know, comparing the Chiefs offense to the Eagles defense, right? Doing the matchup thing that I did before in week 1. So, Chiefs offense up front, really good offensive line. Joe Thuney, Mike Caliendo, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, and Jawan Taylor. Solid. Pretty good, right? Especially when the refs let them get away with holding and false starting over and over again. Running backs, Pacheco, Hunt, Pirine. Yeah, solid trio. People be like, whatever happened to what's his face? The dude from LSU. Edwards-Helaire? Bro, they cut him a long time ago. Yeah, they sent him packing a long time ago. Travis Kelce, of course, is the main guy at tight end. And then receiver. They got a damn good receiving core. D-Hop is finally in the Super Bowl. I know during the media availability thing that they had, opening week so far, he actually talked about how he had a mink jacket gifted by his father before he passed for when he either got married or made the Super Bowl. Well, I guess to finally rock that mink jacket. Xavier Worthy, again, gifted by the Bills, just like Pat Mahomes, pretty much. Yeah, gotta love that, right? Imagine that. The Bills are like, here's the pick that'll get you Xavier Worthy so you can beat us in the freaking playoffs again. Wow. It's like giving a dude a freaking baseball bat and having that dude bash your brains in with the baseball bat. Stupid. Hollywood Brown, of course, is back. He's been back for a few weeks now. And yeah, Juju, Justin Watson, Nico Remigio. That's their offensive line. Not the offensive line, their freaking receiving core. What am I talking about? Now, going up against that, you have the Eagles defense. Up front, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Talked about them briefly before. Nolan Smith at linebacker. He's a pass rusher, more or less. Zach Bond, Oren Burks in the middle. And then Josh Sweat on the other side. Backing those guys up, you got mainly Thomas Booker, Bryce Huff, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Jalix Hunt, and Moro Ojomo. Sounds like a freaking Powerpuff Girls or some crazy villain. Sounds like Mojo Jojo's freaking like long lost brother or something from Powerpuff Girls. Moro Ojomo. Yeah. He's actually made some big plays in the playoffs, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Now, their secondary, for the most part, has been rock solid. Mm-hmm. Darius Slay, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean at corner, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, or CJ Gardner-Johnson, and Reed Blankenship at safety. Yeah, it's a very formidable secondary. Now, if I had to guess the matchups, Slay will most likely be against D-Hop, which means we gonna get a little rookie-on-rookie action. Now, which one are we gonna get? Quinion most likely will go up against Worthy, and then I expect Cooper DeJean against Hollywood. But I'm sure they'll be mixing and matching. Might even see them follow dudes around. We'll see how they play it. Now, if they go more than 3 receivers, you're going to see some Isaiah Rodgers, Avonte Maddox, Kelee Ringo, and that's pretty much it. At safety, you also got Tristan McCollum and Sidney Brown. So, pretty damn good secondary. Now, flipping it, talking about the Eagles' offense, obviously we know what they got up front. Once again, one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. I will say that myself because, it's true. Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Mekhi Becton. Wow, I forgot he was on that team. Mekhi Becton's a guard, bruh. The Jets had this dude playing tackle. He's a guard. Damn. Then you got Lane Johnson at right tackle. He was on that Eagles team that won the Super Bowl. I believe he is actually the last remnant from that team. The last one before him was Jason Kelce, and he retired. So, yeah, it's just Lane Johnson. So he knows what it takes to win that. I don't think God was there yet, was he? If he was still a youngin'. Wasn't playing really. Because they, of course, had Zach Ertz. They had the other Selleck, too. But yeah, running back, of course, Saquon Barkley. Enough said. Receivers, this receiving core might honestly be more formidable than than the Chiefs one. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, damn good. Jahan Dotson is underrated. Johnny Wilson, Paris Campbell, and Aeneas Smith. It's mainly, though, A.J. Brown and Devontae. Yeah. Those two will do all kinds of damage, especially if Saquon gets going early. Now, looking at the Chiefs' defense, of course, up front you have George Karlaftis, Tershawn Wharton, Chris Jones, Stone Cold Chris Jones, of course, Mike Dana, and then linebacker Drew Tranquil, Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, and then the cornerbacks Jalen Watson, Justin Reed at safety, Brian Cook, Trent McDuffie, and Chamari Connor. Now, again, if I had to guess, the matchups will most likely be Watson against Smith, McDuffie against Brown, and then Connor will probably face Dotson. If I had to guess. We'll see how they match them up. Now, one of the most underrated part of each team is special team. Chiefs have Butker kicking, Matt Araiza punting, and their return guys are mainly Nico Remigio, I guess, and Samaje Perine. For the Eagles, obviously doing the kicking, Jake Elliott. Braden Mann is the punter. Rick Lovato is the snapper. Cooper DeJean does the returning on punts. And Kenneth Gainwell does the returning on kicks. Wait, was Jake Elliott on that Super Bowl team? I think he might have been. Because I think he had like a big-ass kick that year. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was. Let's read the chat. Along with Kareem, Hopkins scores a touchdown. He probably could. Kelsey will get locked up most of the game. Not that guy anymore. He's too slow now. He ain't really like that anymore. Eagles will take him away. That means Hopkins eats along with Hollywood. Yep. So he was drafted. Yeah. He was on the team. Yep. 2017. He was a rookie. I believe he had like a 60-plus yard kick that year, if I'm not mistaken. 2017. Let me see here. How about this, guys? Got some breaking news in the NBA. It's not a trade yet, but it sounds like Kevin Durant ending up in Golden State and Jimmy Butler ending up in Phoenix are in play and gaining momentum per Jake Fisher. Wow. Are we going to see a freaking Kevin Durant reunion in Golden State to round out the season? Again, thank God we already played Golden State this year. And we smoked them both times, too. All right, but yeah, 2017. Let's take a look at that Super Bowl game, and let's see how many of these, if there's any guys still left in terms of skill players, which there's not too many left. Talking 8 years ago already. My goodness. I mean, that was LII. This is LIX. What was that, 52? This is now 59? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they also had Trey Burton, too. Damn. God, I'm looking at this roster for the Eagles, and it's like not too many guys are even still in the league right now from that team. I mean, Foles retired, I'm pretty sure. Trey Burton, I think he retired too. Blunt retired. Ajayi, talk about disappearing. Aguilar, he's still in the league. He's on the Ravens now. Clement, I think he might still be around in the league. I'm not sure. Jeffrey retired or whatever. He just faded away. Ertz still playing. Torrey Smith retired. Yeah. Defensively, Mills, I think, is still playing. Yeah. I believe Mills is still playing. I'm not sure. Graham? Who? Bradham? No. McLeod? He just retired this year for us. With us. Malcolm Jenkins, he's been out of the league for a few years. Darby, washed his ass too, kinda. Stinks. Vinny Curry? Haven't heard his name in a while. Michael Kendricks? Haven't heard his name in a while. Brandon Graham just retired. Well, he's supposed to retire, but he might actually be back for this game. So technically, you might have three guys, one on each side of the ball, who played in that game, playing on Sunday. Possibly. Brandon Graham could be back. Lane Johnson played, and then Jake Elliott. That's it. Nobody else from that team is still on the team besides those three. Yeah. Jake Elliott, 3 for 3 in that game. He was money. Yeah. You have three guys still on the team from that Super Bowl. Oh. 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 Oh my goodness. All right. My freaking internet's bugging out, so I better wrap this up quick, guys. My internet's starting to bug out, or my OBS is starting to bug out, so I'm gonna jump right into everything here, guys. So I'm gonna jump right into everything here, guys. So if I had to give the advantage on each side of the ball to either team right now, offensively, I gotta go with the Eagles because they could get you in so many ways. For real, they can get you in so many ways, man. Barkley could run you over on the ground. They could get you through the air with Smith and Brown and Goddard. Heck, even Jalen Hurts could get you. Right? That's the biggest matchup here. Hurts versus Mahomes. Both quarterbacks are deadly. I was going to say accurate, but no, they're both deadly in multiple ways than one. They can both run the ball a little bit, and they could both throw it, of course. I think when you're looking at running the ball as a quarterback, Jalen Hurts has the advantage there. We saw him run a freaking touchdown himself with our own eyes in a stream, right? In the playoffs. He can make things happen with his legs. Just need him to freaking protect himself, right? Now, offensively, I'm going to give it to the Eagles. Defensively, gotta go with the Birds. Again, I trust Vic Fangio over Spagnuolo. Oh, boy, Spagnuolo's won how many Super Bowls now? Well, it was mainly Pat Mahomes. Yeah. Now, special teams, I gotta go Butker. Give me the Chiefs special teamers. When it comes to who I think is winning the Super Bowl, you guys know who I'm going with. You can't pick the damn Chiefs. Screw the damn three-peat. Give me the Birds to win number 2. Yeah, that'll really get Giants fans worked up because Saquon Barkley leaves the Giants. First year with the Eagles, goes to the Super Bowl and wins the damn thing. Right? So, I'm going to go with the Birds to win their second Super Bowl ever. And they'll be having another parade down Broad Street. So I'm sure Jason Kelsey will be popping in there with his mummer's outfit again. Oh man. But that's pretty much all I got, guys. So I will see you all tomorrow for Cavs and Pistons. And then Thursday I'll be live for the NBA trade deadline. We'll see if this trade with the Suns, Heat, and Warriors happens. Sounds like it could. It's gaining momentum. Kevin Durant back to the Warriors, Jimmy Butler to the Suns, probably Andrew Wiggins and stuff going to the Heat. It's going to be crazy, and I'm going to be here for it. I'm not going to go live if it happens, but I'm going to be reacting to it on Twitter. And I'm sure Rocha will be too. So, with that being said, guys, I'm Crazy Dog, and I'll see you all later. This is officially my final pick stream of the year, man. God, it's crazy, man. Next time I'm doing this is freaking September. It's freaking nuts, man. But I'll be doing this again next year, in case you're wondering. So, shout out to, as always, shout out to Stephen Rose and Yinzer Mac for putting on the tournament thing every year. I know these playoff picks weren't really for the tournament. They were just me doing it just because. But yeah, it's just fun doing that every year. Look forward to doing it again next year. So after this game's over with, no more football until September. I mean, we have the draft and free agency, which I'll be doing videos all off season for that stuff. Then, of course, you have baseball starting up this month, too. Yay! By the way, Guardians signed Vince Velasquez. Ooh. Go crazy. Go stupid. Go crazy. Go stupid. Go crazy. Go stupid. Yeah. Stupid. Dummy. All right, guys. I just wanted to get the streamer out to about 30 minutes. So, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the final Cavs game before the trade deadline against the Pistons. Go Cavs. Go Browns. Go Blue Jackets. Go Buckeyes. I'm out. Bye-bye. But yeah, I'm going. Give me the Eagles. Yeah. Bye. All right, now I gotta sync my stream up here and end it at the appropriate time.